Matt Crossfield here. Today we're going to talk about the TaylorMade Proto X. So the Proto 5 and the Proto 5X golf balls with GolfOnline. So what do you get if you're going to go TaylorMade in golf ball? So think about Pro V1, Pro V1 X in Titleist. You got the Proto 5 and Proto 5X. Slightly different feeling between the two. You've got a 5-layer construction, TaylorMade is saying, with this golf ball. Tri-fast core for progressive compression and dual spin cover, urethane and semi-rigid inner. So this ball is built for distance as well as spin and stop. It's that kind of all-encompassing ball, top of the range if you like. The tour players who are going to go to this ball will be using this version in TaylorMade, so the X or the 5. Now what I found when I tested this ball, and I've tested it a couple of times now, and was lucky enough to test it with one of the people who helped design it, is it doesn't really work for me, this ball, because it's what they do to give you more distance, they drop spin off it. So it's quite a low spinning ball. So where I struggled with it is when I started hitting half shots, 3/4 approach shots. The spin would drop off so much that I would get very different distances to what I would want. So yes, it did go further, but in situations where I didn't want it to go further, situations where I wanted it to go a certain distance. Now, I'm a relatively low spinning player. If you're someone who struggles with higher spin, which to be honest with you, there's a lot of golfers out there, this ball might actually drop you down a little bit to get you into the regions where you might find you could control it better yourself rather than losing balls up in the air possibly. So I understand where they're going with this one. It worries me a little bit dropping the spin off. I think your average handicap golfer using maybe low spin irons, not spinning the ball that much, not putting much speed in, and then using this ball, similar to me, are going to get some funky flights out of it. When I tested it on the course, I found it was as far, didn't go further than the ball I gained. I found it was good as approach shots. I didn't find it to be particularly any further or shorter. It kind of just blended in. But then when I did test it in the dry setting, I did find that spin just dropping off, which for me worried me a little bit. I think it's a good ball, I think it's well made, and I think TaylorMade will have a lot of success with this ball, especially with golfers maybe who are struggling with higher spin. And the fact that it goes a little bit further, and it can do in the right hands, I think will sell it to a lot of people. The biggest thing this ball showed me is the importance of ball fitting. If I just go to the ball which is aimed for my demographic, better player if you like, it isn't as black and white in that. You need to, if you can, get your hands on some, hit some, test some, and see which one suits your game best. TaylorMade Proto 5, Proto 5X, I think it's going to cause a storm this year. Maybe go and give it a go.